Before we begin, please click subscribe. When Alex was a child, he was bullied by some boys in his class because he was overweight. After school, to avoid these kids, Alex often went alone to the only amusement park in town. He couldn't afford to go on the rides, but he loved wandering around the human-like doll statues. Over time, he felt as if the statues were talking to him or even reacting, which made him feel both scared and excited. Eventually, he started treating the statues like friends. One day, Alex went to the amusement park as usual, but as it grew darker, he heard the statues speaking, and the voices became clearer.
Alex, come play with us, and never leave!
Suddenly, one of the statue's eyes moved, staring right at him, and its mouth twisted into a creepy smile. Alex was terrified as he saw the statue's hand move, reaching out to grab him. He turned to run, but something tripped him, and he fell. When he got up, panicking, he saw the statues seem to be slowly moving closer, their smiles turning twisted and scary. Alex screamed and ran out of the park, crying until he saw his parents' worried faces. After that, his parents hurriedly left town with him and never spoke of the amusement park again. Alex could only remember the creepy masks on the carousel, their strange smiles haunting his dreams. Years later, Alex was nearly 40 with a family of his own. His son, Jack, was 10 years old and full of energy. This time, Alex had to return to his hometown for his grandmother's funeral, along with his wife Emma and son Jack. During the days back in town, Alex and his wife Emma were busy with the funeral arrangements and chatting with relatives. For Jack, the unfamiliar town was full of surprises, and he soon made friends with a few local kids. "Dad, Mom, I'm going out to play with my friends," Jack shouted. Alex, busy chatting with relatives, agreed without much thought, figuring the town was small and the kids wouldn't wander too far. But Alex didn't know that Jack and his new friends were planning to explore the abandoned amusement park. That place had become the center of many local legends over the years. Less than a year after Alex's family moved away, a young couple had jumped from the Ferris wheel and died. The amusement park owner faced legal trouble after the accident, and rumors about the park being haunted spread quickly. Soon, people from nearby towns stopped coming, and the park closed down. By late evening, Alex realized Jack still hadn't returned. A sense of dread suddenly filled him, and an old, buried fear returned. He immediately put down everything and started searching for Jack. A mother of one of the kids ran up to him and said, "They went to the amusement park. The kids said they wanted to see the big carousel." Alex felt his heart drop, and the image of those evil, laughing masks flashed in his mind. Alex drove straight to the amusement park, with his wife beside him, nervously asking, "What's happening? Is Jack going to be okay?" Alex didn't say a word, gripping the steering wheel tightly, sweat forming on his forehead. The amusement park looked even more terrifying in the dim twilight. The old rides cast long, claw-like shadows. The main gate was half open, with rusty chains that screeched as the wind howled ominously. Alex and Emma rushed to the center of the park, where the familiar yet frightening statues stood. After all these years, they still looked lifelike, their twisted smiles intact. The masks looked even creepier in the fading light, and Alex felt as if their eyes were following him, hollow and hostile. "Jack!" Alex shouted, his voice echoing in the park, but there was no response. Emma too looked around, her eyes filled with worry. Suddenly, Alex heard a faint laugh coming from the carousel. It was low and eerie, like a child's laugh, but with something strange about it. Alex moved closer and found Jack sitting under a mask, which seemed to be fused tightly to his face. "Jack!" Alex shouted, running over and trying to pull the mask off, but it seemed to have a life of its own, clinging to Jack's skin. Jack's body shivered with each attempt to remove the mask. Emma watched in terror, unsure of what to do. Alex took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. He suddenly remembered how the statues affected him as a child, and realized that the mask needed a special way to be removed. He whispered to Jack, "Jack, listen to Dad. Close your eyes and count to 10 with me." Alex and Jack started counting together, and as they reached 10, Alex gently tapped the edges of the mask, almost as if giving a signal. Strangely, the mask began to loosen, losing its power. Finally, Jack slowly pushed the mask off his face, and it fell to the ground with a heavy thud. An evil aura seemed to escape from it. Alex felt a sense of relief, though still shaken. At least Jack was safe. Alex picked up the unconscious Jack, and with Emma, they quickly left the amusement park. As they moved away, the park fell silent behind them, the carousel slowly stopping, while the smiling masks lingered in the dark. Back home, Jack slowly regained consciousness, but remembered nothing about what had happened, just like Alex had forgotten his own childhood experience. Yet Alex knew that the shadows of that place were still there. The amusement park remained, waiting for the next curious visitor.